Oh, hello there. I spent way too much money on Blu-rays this month. Let's talk about them. What's up, everyone? Red Reviews here with episode 3 of Physical Therapy. This time, I'm showing off all the Blu-rays and 4Ks that I bought over the month of April. 2024. Wow. We're already in April. 2024. So let's get down to it. So this is the Martin Scorsese film I spoke about at the end of the last video that was quite controversial online, at least for a while. Nowadays, not so much. So for the longest time, people were saying that this transfer on this 4K was crap. And that's because, number one, it was an early 4K release. And number two, people were apparently had the wrong settings on their calibration settings on their HD TVs. So over time, this has gotten some traction. People are coming around and saying, no, wait, look closer. This is actually a pretty good transfer. And they're right. For the longest time, I held on to the 25th anniversary Blu-ray edition that's also included with this. So, you know, at least I have that if I didn't like the 4K. But the 25th anniversary Blu-ray looked really dark and kind of muddy to me on some parts. There was a little bit of black crush. Basically, I wasn't too keen on that transfer because I'd grown up with Goodfellas on VHS for my entire life, and it just wasn't what I was used to seeing. Now, I don't know if that means it's correct or not. It's just what I wasn't used to seeing. So when I saw that 25th anniversary Blu-ray, it looked a little weird to me. So this one right here, this strikes a really nice balance, I think, between the 25th anniversary Blu-ray and the 4K and the other iterations of Goodfellas on Blu-ray, mainly the old Blu-ray that's a lot more close to the VHS transfer. I don't know if this is ever going to get a Criterion, but this was $15 on Amazon, and some people are speculating that it is going to get a Criterion because Martin Scorsese has had a good relationship with Criterion over the last few years, and we're coming up on this film's 35th anniversary, so it's not entirely impossible, but I don't think it's going to happen anytime soon. But until then, I'm happy with this. So yeah, time to ditch that 25th anniversary Blu-ray and go with the 4K. Goodfellas, baby. Now, I know I'm going to get a lot of crap for upgrading, let alone owning this film on any format, but I gotta say, as I've said before, I love the way Ridley Scott does sci-fi, and I gotta say, I like Prometheus.
Stop him!
Now, as a part of the Alien franchise, no. I don't think it fits in there at all. I think some of the connections to Alien that he made were pretty insane, and they could have been a lot better. There's some character decisions, some writing decisions in this that I don't fully agree with. Yes, there are holes and problems with this film. I understand that, but for my dollar, for the $10 I spent to upgrade this from Blu-ray to 4K, it's worth it. Like I said, because I love seeing Ridley Scott play in this sci-fi world. I love seeing some of the set pieces he comes up with. And again, there's a lot of wrong with this, but to me, there's also a lot of right. And you'll be happy to know that I think that the wrong, a lot of it stems from trying to fit it in with the Alien franchise to make that connection. Now, when it comes to the other films in this series, like Alien Covenant, yeah, I'll agree with you. I think that was garbage, even though they relied highly on the xenomorphs, which is what people were expecting with this. So, you know, who knows? But for my dollar to upgrade this, it was worth it. I'm probably not ever going to buy this ever again in my lifetime, and that's fine because I think this 4K looks and sounds the part. It looks a lot better than the Blu-ray. It's a step up from the Blu-ray, and You know, you're either going to love this film on 4K or you're going to hate it. So there you go.
You shut your mouth when you're talking to me.
So Guy Ritchie's best film by far is Snatch, and it always will be, no matter what he makes. But before that came out, I remember a lot of buzz about this film and its soundtrack. Now, granted, in its release year, I wrote it off as a Pulp Fiction clone because there were a lot of them, and to be honest, this was kind of a Pulp Fiction clone, but after I saw Snatch, I decided to give this a go, and I hated it. I really hated it. I tried it a couple times here and there, and I still hated it. Over the years, I've tried to watch it occasionally, and I've not had the best success. But until recently, I finally, I don't know what it was. Maybe it was the accents, maybe it was the perceived lack of a plot, but for lack of a better word, I just couldn't stand what I was seeing on the screen until recently. I've now had kind of a change of heart about this film, and I decided to pick it up for probably the least amount of money possible, and you know, on a format that's apparently this film does not look good on. So without further ado, I'll get down to it. The next picture is Lock, Stock, and Two Smoking Barrels. So I picked this up for about $7 at our good friends at Rasputin's, and you know, it's something, it's me letting go of some of my inhibitions and some of my problems I had when I was a younger film fan, when I was very picky and very adamant about story and plot and everything has to be perfect. No. This is not a perfect film by any stretch of the imagination, but it's fun. And I admit that I've actually had fun watching it the last time I did, because every other time I watched it, I was either predisposed to hate it or I just ended up hating it. So apparently there's supposed to be a remaster of this film. I believe it's Kino Lorber who's putting it out, or says they're going to put it out. And you know, this one doesn't have the best picture and audio. In fact, it's actually quite bad. So in a way, a remaster from any boutique label at this point would be great, but because I'm just now starting to accept this one, it's not something I'm really rushing out to buy. I'd really rather buy that Trainspotting 4K Criterion, but I'm really hoping that they nix that really bad case. If you don't know about it, you should probably check it out. It's got a really horrible cardboard case, but for now, for $5 or $6, I think Lock, Stock, and Two Smoking Barrels is a good pick, and I was glad to pick it up on Blu-ray. Next up, we have a John Carpenter favorite. Now one of my favorites from John Carpenter, and that's Christine on 4K. So Christine's a film I never really saw growing up, except here and there on TV. I caught some pieces of it here and there. I saw it in its entirety in my 20s, in the 2010s, and I just thought it was okay. It was fine. It was not bad. It was interesting, but nowhere near his other films on my mind. Over time, over the years, if you're noticing a trend here, it's really grown on me, and now I'm ranking it a lot higher in my John Carpenter filmography. The 4K here is a solid upgrade over the Blu-ray and removes the bright hue that the Blu-ray had, making black levels a lot darker without a lot of crush, and just enhancing the entire picture overall, in my opinion. I scored this from $10 again from our lovely friends at Rasputin's, so it was an easy upgrade for me, and especially now that this is growing higher on my John Carpenter list, glad to have it in 4K. I know there's also a steelbook out there, but if you know this about me, I'm not really into steelbooks. Sorry. But as a 4K itself, Christine definitely warrants a pickup. Highly recommended. Next up we have a once considered lost film by the late great George A. Romero. Shot and filmed in 1975 and considered lost until 2001, when it appeared in a 16mm print at the Torino Film Festival in a George A. Romero retrospective. The Amusement Park has been considered lost until recently, until it appeared on Shudder, and now it's on Blu-ray, courtesy of Shudder. So the amusement park is something I was a little hesitant going in on because it was short film, because it was something he had shot a long time ago, after night and before dawn of the dead. I wasn't too sure how this was going to be, and I ended up really enjoying it. So the brief synopsis is, it's an old man who goes to an amusement park, and he kind of is dealing with, let's just say, how the times they are changing. And being a man in my early to mid 40s already, I'm starting to see a lot of connections between him and myself, and how he views the world and how the world views him. So the amusement park, it's not scary, it's not full of bright, flashy, trippy lights, it's not something crazy like Fried Berry, it's not something for the potheads, even though it kind of is. It's very introspective, it's very old-fashioned, and I say that in the best possible way because it takes its time. Yes, it's a short film, but it takes its time, and the payoffs that it gives you at the end really hit hard and really make you think long after the film is over. And to me, that's a sign of a good film, when you're still thinking about it after it's over. Amazon finally had this go up on sale for $8.99, and I couldn't resist. Granted, it's still on Shudder right now, and you can still watch it on Shudder as of right now, but I don't plan on getting rid of my Shudder subscription anytime soon. But you know, with physical media, I always like to have physical media. Highly recommend a hidden gem from George Romero, The Amusement Park. Check it out. Seriously though, I don't know why I was under the belief that the 4K of this wasn't a good upgrade, other than the fact that I heard that the 4Ks of They Live and Prince of Darkness weren't that great. So, as you've seen already, I have another John Carpenter film upgraded to 4K, so I was looking through his catalog and I looked back into Escape from New York. Now, clarity, more detail, and even a frame shift makes this worth the upgrade. It is worth picking up, even if you have the old Shout Factory Blu-ray, which I do, or did, depending on how you look at it. Honestly, this film is all about mood and atmosphere and how fucking cool Snake Plissken is, and how Kurt Russell plays Snake Plissken with the greatest of ease. Now, I won't go on and on about this film. If you know what's up, you know what's up. It's John Carpenter. But this one, I couldn't believe I didn't upgrade it to 4K, and I just had to.
Oh, good for you. And how was it?
So there you go. This is a lot better than the original Blu-ray from Shout Factory, even though that's still a good Blu-ray as it is. That Blu-ray is an upgrade over the previous MGM Blu-rays, Blu-ray and DVDs, excuse me. But totally worth the upgrade. Now, for They Live and Prince of Darkness, I don't know, it's something I'm going to have to look into a little bit more, but for my money right now, Escape from New York, totally worth the upgrade.
Give me an answer.
Get a new president.
So we're at the halfway mark of the video, so I'm going to say right now, if you like what you've seen so far, please don't forget to like and subscribe. Don't forget to comment down below, telling me if I'm wrong or right in some of the picks I've had tonight. Tell me if there's a better version that I don't know about. Maybe you want to tell me to go region free, because I'm still not region free yet, even though I should be, and I know it. But please, don't forget to like and subscribe, comment below, and follow Red Eye Reviews on Instagram and on YouTube. What else can I say about this next film other than it's one of the best films of all time? It's one of the best films in this filmmaker's filmography. It's something that's been released on every home video format, and I've bought it on almost every home video format. It's number 3 of the John Carpenter films on this particular list that I've bought in this particular month. And without further ado, it's the 4K of The Thing from Universal. Now, if you're a fan of this movie, go pick this 4K up. It's $13.99 right now on Amazon, and it's worth every penny. Now, I'm a previous owner of the Shout Factory Blu-ray and the Shout Factory Steelbook, the 4K restoration that was done in 2017. Now, that transfer is the same 4K restoration they've used for this. However, they've upgraded this to actual 4K. so it's a lot more in line with that disc. So you're going to see some difference between this and the regular Shout Factory Blu-ray that I'll show right here. So to me, this was a clear upgrade, and because I'm really not a big special features guy, and it was really great to go through the special features of the Shout Factory edition of the thing. But this is where this is perfect for me. Just for me. This may not be a perfect bet for you, but it is for me. This still has the commentary with John Carpenter and Kurt Russell, albeit edited. It's got very minimal basic special features that Universal has kind of had throughout most of its Universal releases of this film. But with that said, again, I think presentation of picture and audio trump the special features that can come with the Shout Factory Blu-ray. After going through those special features and watching them in their entirety, there's really only a couple that I can really say that I would miss if I got rid of that steelbook. And you know, that was the Men of Outpost 31 special feature and the full TV edit of the thing. That was pretty cool, I gotta admit. I don't know if I can see myself watching that a lot over time, but it was cool that it was there and to have it available. But of course, you're gonna wanna watch the unedited, uncensored version of the thing no matter what. Now, I've owned this 2 times on VHS, 2 times on DVD, 3 times on Blu-ray, so this is my first time and probably not the last time of owning this on 4K. It's one of those Blu-rays that I see myself buying till the day that I die, and I'm okay with that because this is one of my favorite films of all time, and like I said, it's one of John Carpenter's best films, and you don't need me to tell you that. There's plenty of people online who will tell you that too, but again, presentation is key for this one, and as much as I love that 2017 Shout Factory Blu-ray Steelbook, this is where my heart is for now. We're rounding that third plate and heading into the home stretch. We've only got a couple more films to go, and here we go. Bad Times at the El Royale in 4K. Now, this is something I upgraded from Blu-ray to 4K because I bought it on Blu-ray because I wasn't in the 4K game yet. I didn't even have a 4K TV at that time. But this was something I really enjoyed. It's a nice neo-noir. It's full of bright colors, interesting characters, twists and turns, and some great performances from Jeff Bridges and Chris Hemsworth especially, even though everyone else in the cast also pulls their weight and turns in great performances. All around, a pretty damn good film, pretty enjoyable, and for, again, $10 for an upgrade from the Blu-ray from Rasputin Records, I gotta say it was worth it, especially because, like I said, who knows what's going on with these Fox titles with Disney, and who knows if we're ever gonna see them again, so yeah, definitely had to pick this one up. Not quite lastly, but lastly for now, we have a film that I had never seen on any format in my entire life, but I've been hearing recently how good of a film this actually is, especially because it's starring the late great Patrick Swayze. I had no choice but to check it out, and that film is Next of Kin. Now, Next of Kin, I know nothing about this other than what's literally on the back in the synopsis, so I'll just read it to you real quick. Next of Kin's action blasts through Chicago right from the get-go. The mob wants to muscle in on a local business, but they make one big mistake. They kill a youth whose brother is a cop, and that cop is Truman Gates, Patrick Swayze. A transplant from Appalachia's backwoods to Chicago's mean streets. Now that's the official plot synopsis for Next of Kin, so again, I have not seen this. I don't know much about it other than it's one of Patrick Swayze's better films, even though it's more of a hidden gem amongst his filmography. I noticed this going online for up and upwards of $20, $30. I found it on eBay for about $20, and so I had to snag it because I felt a little FOMO. It was more of like, you know, if this goes away and keeps going up in price, I'm not going to be able to get it, especially because I haven't seen it. But at $20, that's about the right price for something I haven't seen, something I I need to see if it's worth my time. I got to be honest, I'm anxious to check this one out. I've heard some great things about it, and I mean, it of course, after you've watched all your Roadhouses and your Ghosts and your Dirty Dancing and your Tu Wong Fus, you want to see what else maybe you can get from Patrick Swayze, because Swayze was a great talent. We lost him way too soon, and especially for an actor like that, it's always great to go back and check out their back catalog of stuff you may have missed. And so I'm really glad I was able to pick up Next of Kin from eBay. So if you get a chance to check this out, I say check it out. If you get a chance to buy it, I don't know. That's up to you. So I'm saying for 20 bucks, Next of Kin is definitely worth my money. So there you have it for this month. That's the films I picked up on 4K and Blu-ray for the month of April. I do have one more film coming that it's running late, so I don't know if it's going to make it in time for this video. If it is, I'll shoehorn it into the end of this video and it's going to look weird and out of place, or I'm going to make it number one on next month's episode of Physical Therapy, and you'll hear all about it then. But until then, don't forget, please like and subscribe, all that jazz. Comment below if you got any problems or questions or happy comments of anything that I've covered over the course of this video. So yeah, please like and subscribe. This has been Physical Therapy. This has also been Red Eye Reviews. Don't forget, everybody, keep those eyes red. Check you later. Bye.